Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Atlanta. How is everybody doing? Hope you're ready for a fun one today as we begin a long night of broadcasting here on the channel. Missed you guys. Hadn't been around for a while. Had some stuff I had to take care of on Wednesday, and then Thursday we were off, and then Friday the computer went to crap on me, and then Saturday's an off day on the channel. So it's been a while since we've gotten to hang out. But how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a good time. Santa, what's happening? Scott, what's happening? As we're here tonight for the ISNF CMP River and Furniture's Throwback Cup Series. As they get ready to do battle here tonight. Before we get too far into this, though, let's go ahead and bring up your current point standings so we can see where you stand as far as points coming into the night. Shannon, what's happening, darling? Brian Chu's going to be your point leader coming in here tonight. He's got a 110-point lead over Jamie Kerr. Mike Lester says long night of caution. We hope not, Mike Lester. William Karp tied with Jamie Kerr, 110 points back. Weimer, 128. Johnny Castle, 244. Eugene Thorne, 254. Derek Cook, 259. Rhea Ferris, 276. Taylor Butcher Benjamin, 359. And Roland Landry, 380. And then once you get outside the top 10, these are guys that are really going to have to start making up some ground here soon because they are starting to fall way behind in the point standings. As you can see, 20th place right now, 570 points out of the lead. So they're definitely going to have to make up some ground. Shines, what's happening, darling? How are you doing tonight? Scott says hanging house decor. Headed to pick up the kiddos. Had a week without the kiddos. Now it's time to pick them back up. That's what I'm talking about. But let's head down to the racetrack, see how all the drivers are doing down there. We'll bring up your running order drop down for you so you can see where everybody is as far as times go right now. But got a couple drivers in here tonight, substituting for other drivers. This should be fun to see. Shannon says, Rio, what's happening, darling? Shannon says the feed keeps cutting in and out. Alan, what's happening? Probably because of where we're at. Right, it's highly possible. Mike says, you know it is. I'm trying to be optimistic, Mike. I'm trying to be optimistic tonight, man. Trying to be optimistic. Right now, the fastest guy in practice is going to be Richard Poltier. Bradke going to be second quickest. Love third. Roberson fourth. Dempster. Oh, Cody Dempster. He likes to wheel race cars. He's fifth fastest. He's filling in tonight for Dave. Tomlinson, Hewins, Kovac, Karp, Smith, Ricketts, Hopley, Bryan, Weimer, Love, Dunwoody, Bauk, Quintral, Castle, and your points leader, Brian Chu, currently 20th fastest. Jeremy says, I'm here, just driving. Heck yeah. Derek Love gets turned off of turn number 2 here in practice. You think Atlanta, you think tire conservation, old worn out surface. This car is hard on tires, but it's hard on a tire that you wouldn't expect it to be hard on. It is harder on the right rear tire here at this racetrack than it is anywhere else. What usually ends up happening is the right front starts going away a little bit, and then to start overcompensating, drivers start turning a lot harder, and the next thing you know, it's getting sideways on you, and you're just burning up that right rear. So it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers handle that tonight, all these issues with the tires, because tires are going to be important. It's going to be a big deal. So we'll see how it goes. But Atlanta, one of those racetracks, though, that multiple grooves. You'll see drivers on the bottom, you'll see drivers in the middle, and drivers on the top all throughout the race tonight. Personal opinion, I think the driver that can make the bottom work the entire race is going to be the driver to beat. The high line can work around here. It is fast around here. The only problem with the high line is if you miss it by just a little bit, you're in the wall and, well, your night's pretty much over with. Love you too, Shannon. Have a good one, darling. See Robert Wyckoff there in the Greg Biffle throwback, that 3M machine. Probably the most successful paint scheme Greg Biffle had. Should be fun night of racing here. Let's see. Oh, wow. But 3 minutes left in practice here. Let's get going. But I hope everybody's had a good weekend. Hope everybody was able to enjoy the racing this weekend. I didn't get to watch any of the Dirt Nationals live, other than if I watched it through somebody's Facebook feed or something. A lot of mine I ended up watching through YouTube the day after. So, she has, Alan. She has. She's they got home late this afternoon. She was rushing around a while ago. I was talking to her. She was trying to get in here and do all this, and I told her just to breathe, relax, get settled into the house. If you show up midway through the race, you show up midway through the race. So I know she'll definitely be here for the Dirt Series race tonight. So we'll see her in for that one. But yeah, they made it back in today. But here's a number to keep in mind for next week when the NASCAR series are there. 20.2. Kendrick Cutshell says, let's go 43. You got this. Keep in mind the number 20.2. The Hornets were turning laps around Bristol at 20.2 seconds. If you're unfamiliar with the Hornets are a front-wheel drive, 4-cylinder dirt class. They have them at asphalt tracks as well. But they were turning laps at 20.2. There were some Hornet cars that were faster than the street stocks that they had up at Bristol this week. And they are expecting the Cup cars to turn 21-second laps. So there could be 12, 13-year-old kids that done faster laps around Bristol this past week than the Cup regulars will do next week. See Charles Robertson filling in again here tonight. This week he's filling in for Hermie. So Hermie's got him a good fill in again this week. Charles last week was able to go out and get the win in a substitute drive. See Bob Love there in the number 40 Coors Light car. I tell you, there's a guy that needs just something to go his way for a chance. Last couple of weeks he's been caught up in everybody else's mess. So hopefully Bob gets a good race tonight. Love to see Bob have a good race tonight. But practice, our countdown to green has come to an end. So I want to thank our wonderful sponsors over there at Gearhead Coffee. Check them out at gearheadcoffee.com. Put in promo code FULLSEND10, get you 10% off your entire purchase order. As qualifying gets ready to take place here at Atlanta. See Albert Hewins there in the number 83. See what Albert's able to do. Adam O'Brien already having issues as he come off of pit road. Apron of this racetrack is kind of tricky. A lot of dust and marbles down there on that inside as you pull out. You'll see a lot of drivers here on the warm-up lap. They're going to run mid to high to try and wind these cars up, get as much speed out of them as they can. I know some drivers will actually take the high line for the entire first lap of speed and then drop to the bottom on the second lap. So we'll see if that's kind of what some of these drivers do here. Well, that sucks. See Barney Sigmund in that number 37 Little Caesars Kmart throwback. Richard Poltier, fastest in practice. Fastest in qualifying at a 30.071. Dunwoody's going to be second quickest. Adam O'Brien loose off of turn number 4 after making contact with the wall. And that MBNA throwback. See Roland Landry in the Jim Beam Robbie Gordon throwback. Darner's going to go to second quickest. Quintrell's going to go fourth quickest. Cody Dempster, ninth quickest. Derek Love puts in his lap. He'll be third quickest. See Russell Bradcott there. He'll jump to second quickest on his second lap. What's going on, CJ? It's your points leader, Brian Shue, heading out on the racetrack. Adam O'Brien trying again. See Miss Rhea. She's going to end up 21st after her qualifying attempt. Nope, she'll jump back up to 20th with that second lap there. Minute 57 left in qualifying. See William Carp there. There's a guy that's been fast a lot of these weeks here this season. He's feast or famine a lot of weeks. Jamie Kerr this week debuting a new Robert Yates throwback. Looks like he's going to go with the Ernie Irvin style 28 this week. See Brian Treadwell there in the Casey Cade Dodge throwback. Trick Cameron out there in the Alltel Mobile 1 throwback. Turn 3 and 4. Because I'm driving through the field. Not that far back, Kyle. You're only 13th. You'll be alright. Final minute of qualifying. Brian Treadwell's going to head out there along with Robert Wyckoff. Oh, Wyckoff's going to get loose on the apron. Trying to come out. So Dave Holmberg as he finishes up 27th in the Ryan Newman throwback. Charles Roberson filling in for Hermie this week. He'll be 8th quickest. Trent Cameron, currently 26th. Robert's going to head out there, but I don't think he's going to have enough time to put a lap in, so he's going to end up starting at the back of this thing. Time ticks down, and that'll be the end of qualifying. So that is the end of your Gears and Glitz qualifying session. As we get ready for the drivers to grid up on the front row. And that means it is time for the pit pass with the Queen Bee starting grid for tonight's race here from Atlanta. Starting on the pole, going to be the driver of that number 84 CarQuest Kyle Busch throwback, Richard Poultier, along with Russell Bratka and the Dale Earnhardt Sr. throwback. Row number 2 is where you'll find Derek Love along with Harold Darner. Row 3, Albert Humans and Jamie Kerr. Row 4, Brian Chew and Charles Roberson. Row 5, John Hopley and young Cody Dempster. Row 6, William Carp and Adam O'Brien. Row 7, Jason Ricketts along with Barney Sigmund. Row 8, Kyle Quintrell along with George Kosovic. Row 9, Andy Dunwoody and Johnny Castle. Row 10, Casey Tomlinson and Michael Smith. Row 11, James Goldstraw and Bob Love. Row 12, Jeff Weimer and Miss Rhea Ferris. Row 13 is where you'll find Brian Treadwell along with Bob Williams. Row 14 is where you'll find Trent Cameron and Roland Landry. Row 15, Dave Holmberg and Jeff Herrick. Row 16, Marshall Moran and Derek Cook. Row 17, Eugene Thorne and David Bauk. Row 18, Stephen Weinbank and Robert Wyckoff. And those will be your 36 drivers taking the green flag tonight. Well, hello there, young Cody. How are you, sir? As you watch the field roll off. Tonight's shatter batter track information for you. We're at Atlanta Motor Speedway, a 1.51 mile super speedway. Turns 4, 843 feet above sea level. Race distance tonight, 246 miles. Track temp 104, wind speed at 9 mile an hour out of the east. As they'll do battle for 163 laps tonight. And your driver this week that they will be honoring will be Neil Bonnet. Neil Bonnet, member of the famous Alabama gang. Neil Bonnet came back to do some racing after doctors warned him it didn't know if he'd be able to survive one more good hit. Neil, unfortunately, in a practice crash, got killed. But for anyone that ever grew up in the 80s and the early 90s, you remember hearing Neil Bonnet on TNN and you remember watching him race. Neil Bonnet was a hard-charging racer. And him and Dale Sr. worked together to put this car together out on the racetrack for Neil. But Neil actually had a bad wreck in this car at Talladega the year before he died, as he died at Daytona during speed weeks in the Country Time Lemonade car. But Neil Bonnet being recognized here this week as the ISNF Throwback Driver of the Week. Neil Bonnet of the Alabama gang. What's going on, James Batcher? What's up, wee man? If you ever want to be able to tell the difference between a Davey Allison throwback and a Ernie Irvan throwback, it's all in the numbers. They squared the numbers off after Davey died. Before, Davey's numbers were always rounded. And after Davey passed, they went to the square style numbers. Watching it snow again. Hell yeah, brother. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. All right, pace car's in. Here we go. Out of turn number 4. Green flag in the air. Here we go. Richard Poulter on the inside is going to have the advantage over Bradco when they get down to turn number 1. Love's going to line up right behind them as they fan out 2, almost 3 wide at times through the corner here. Emma Hennel says 84, 34, 2. Come on, let's get it, boys. Our brim camp. Still to accumulate. See John Hopley there in the 94. Brian Chu in the 18. Jamie Kerr right there on the inside of Cody Dempster as they work down into turn number 1. Like I said, you'll see multiple groups of racing here tonight. The top works just as well as the bottom does around this racetrack. But it's going to be about tire conservation. For about the first 5 to 10 laps, these guys can just about flat out, flat foot this racetrack. But if you do that, you're going to be hard on these tires, and that's not going to be good for you. It's going to wear them out. So you'll see a lot of comers and goers here if we get long green flag runs. You'll see drivers that'll make their way to the front and drivers that will make their way to the back as they just burn their tires off too quickly. So you just got to be patient while making your way and making your moves through this field. So watch Albert Hewins there in that number 83 Red Bull Toyota. The drivers go side by side off of turn number 2 and head down the back straightaway. Ooh, Dempster flirting with that apron on the exit of the corner there. Gotta be careful with the apron right here. You want to get your left fronts on that paint, but you do not want to get them below the paint. It will upset a race car in a heartbeat. See how everyone does here tonight on the bigger racetrack from what we've raced on here recently. See if everybody's able to get spread out a little bit. But I tell you right now, the biggest thing is as a driver, if somebody gets that position on you, let them go. Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to burn their stuff up and they're going to come back to you. So no point in fighting them for it. Just let them have it. As Rutschel Bradka is taking the lead, you see our early leader there. Roberson's falling back, or Poulter has fallen back to 4th now. As the drivers work off of turn number 4, they'll complete 6 laps here tonight. See Kyle Quintrell up to 12th as he tries to make his way to the front. You saw him in the chat say his lap just wasn't what he wanted. Got into the gas a little bit too soon in turns 3 and 4 and kind of pushed the nose off the exit there and slowed him down. So he's got to make his way to the front here, but he's got to be cautious about it like we talked about. Take care of your tires. As you watch Albert Hewins there running right behind Cody Dempster as they come off of turn number 2 and head down the back straightaway. You see Hewins gets a big run on the exit there. He'll go to the inside of Dempster down in 3 and 4, but Dempster drives it in deep. To be able to stay out in front of him. How about old Charles Roberson, though, in that number 25 car? Charles showed up last week as a substitute driver, went straight to the front. Dominated the race, was able to bring home the victory. As you watch Hewins and young Cody continue to battle it out here. Battle for the lead. Derek Love on the outside. New leader at the stripe that time. Derek Love's going to go to the lead, but Bratka's going to battle back on the inside. But watch the run that Derek Love's going to be able to get on this high side, able to use that momentum. Carry him down the back straightaway. Smooth 41 of Love out front. Bradka's still digging on the bottom, but right now, Derek Love's going to be your new leader as they come off of turn number 4. Checking with your points leader, Brian Chu, currently running in the 9th spot. Ain't you just have one of those soldier men type of seasons? He's just every week just clicking away at top fives and top tens. All right, Scott, have a good one, brother. See Harold Donner in that 0-1 as him and Cody Dempster battle for that 4th and 5th spot. Gotta take care of them tires. 12 laps into the run. To give you guys an example of what I mean by tires, your leader, Charles Roberson, his best lap, 30.205. Last lap by, 31.577. So almost a second and a half of fall off already after 13 laps. Or 12 laps, really. Pete Woodrum says, good luck 28 and 88. Well, 28's running in 8th place right now. He's having a solid run. As you watch these guys battle off of turn number 4. Check in on William Karp there in 10th. See how he's doing. Big run for Hewen down into turns 3 and 4. Question is, can he keep it down low enough here? He will, but you can tell by pinching it off the way he did, he had to back out of the throttle. Give up that momentum. As you watch William Karp in the 32 slowly make his way to the front. Oh, that got sketch. As your race leader had to back way out of it there. Try and avoid being a part of that one. $15 laps in the books, working laps 16 to 163. These guys run 75% fuel, so we should be able to go about 50 laps on the tank of fuel. 45, somewhere between 40 and 50. Question is though, will they actually try and run that full distance, or are they going to come and get tires earlier than that? To watch William Karp there in the 32. Currently running in that 10th spot right behind the 28 of Kerr. As you can tell, the drivers that are starting to struggle a little bit with handling as the tires are falling away here. I will say this much, if you have a loose race car, the easiest place to run is up top. Requires less wheel input to run it up on the top side. Running that bottom with a loose race car is a little bit more difficult. As we continue to watch these guys battle down the back straightaway. $19 laps in the books. We'll have 20 down when we get back to the stripe this next time by. take a look at what the speeds are at the line. Looks like Roberson with a 32.057, 31.981 for Poulter, 32.02 for Dempster, 32.081 for Bratka, and Adam O'Brien with a 32.065. And I just realized, and nobody reminded me, I don't have our top 5 up. So here's your top 5. As we continue to watch these guys get at it here, get after it here at Atlanta. To put you in the fan seat, let you see what it'll be like as a fan sitting in the stands to watch these race cars. And of course, His Majesty is woken up from his nap and is begging to be taken outside. So we're going to put you guys here on TV too. And we'll be right back as I go walk the dog. already. Working lap 35 of 163. Green flag's still out. Looks like green flag pit stops are starting to take place. Actually, they all have taken place. So, Charles Roberson's going to have the lead after pit stops. Watch William Carp made his way up to third now. Actually going to go to second as he goes around your points leader, Brian Chu there. Bringing along Albert Hewins. As caution is now out on the speedway. Not sure exactly what caused the caution. See, Roberson's come to pit road. Several drivers electing to stay out, though. Interesting strategy call for several drivers. We talked about how after only 12 laps they were over a second slower than they were on fresh tires. So as you see now, Carp's going to decide to bring it down pit road. Looks like he may have stayed out to lead a lap. Bradley and Pippa say, "Go Uncle Chewy." Heck yeah. Well, Uncle Chewy right now runs in fourth. Cody Dempster says I messed up.
User was moved to your channel.
How did you mess up, Cody?
I may or may not have missed my box under green flag stops.
I was wondering why you fell back.
I thought I was further up.
Yeah.
Stuff happens. I didn't really look at where I qualified,
No. Yeah, that's
And I thought I was further up because last I had checked, I was um like 5th.
yeah.
Turns out I was like 10th or 11th where I
Yeah.
started.
You qualify like 10th.
Yeah.
It's alright though.
I don't want to talk about it, okay?
It's alright though. Restart. Got a chance to
Yeah.
make it all back up.
I got Tim Weinkauf as my spotter. I'm gonna
Oh.
pull one of his famous starts.
Oh, we're all in trouble. We're all in trouble. Not good. Have fun, Cody.
Thank you.
User was moved out of your channel. Channel switched.
Alrighty, get ready for the green flag here as we come off of turn number 4. Nope, lights back on. Pace car. Trent Cameron's going to be your leader here, but ooh, it's going to be rough for old Trent. 13 lap old tires. And yeah. Yeah. Gonna be rough. We'll see how he's able to do here on this restart, though. But I have a feeling he's going to be a sitting duck. If I'm Hewins, I'm laying off a little bit just in case he spins the tires. Tim says you can't just pull it out your butt. Well, here we go out of turn number 4. Pace car's in. Cameron Roberson. Roberson gets a good start. He's going to have the advantage as they go down into turns 1 and 2. Trent Cameron, though, doing a good job down on the bottom. He's able to hold them off. Right now, still holding up that inside line, able to keep moving forward. So, may have been a good strategy call on his part, and I may need to shut up and just be an announcer. But Brian Chu's now going to make his way up into second. So move Chewy up to second. Quintrell, old Kyle's going to be up to third now. So move Q-Tip up to third as he's going to actually go after Chewy here for second as they come off the corner. So battle's going to be for second between Quintrell and Chew. Q-Tip's going to be able to get around and bring in O'Brien with him in the 22. No count out Dunwoody there in the 93. And old young Cody Dempster must have pulled a Weinkauf on the restart because he's now up inside the top 6. You go back in the field a little bit here. You see Jeff Weimer in that 43 starting to make his way to the front. Ewan's going to work to the inside here. Cameron. See Cody going to the outside of Dunwoody there. Move Dempster up into the top 5 now. As Dunwoody continues his impressive run tonight. Up front, though, your leader, Roberson, fixing to have some company as Quintrell and O'Brien are chasing him down through turns 3 and 4. See Brian Chew there and Cody Dempster. Dempster makes his way around Chewy. Move Dempster up to 4th. Move Chew back to 5th. As your top 4 single file down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Welcome back, Shannon. Welcome back.
User joined your channel.
Howdy.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going. Watching Cody Dempster do Cody Dempster things and Q-Tip
Reckon?
go to the lead. No, not reckon. I reckon. But he's got wine cough on his box, so.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. How are you doing is the question.
I'm good. I didn't think I'd ever get here. Been trying to get some shirt stuff finished and all kinds of good stuff. So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The phone will stop going off long enough. We'll be going pretty good.
It's good to hear your voice again.
Ah.
As caution now is on the speedway.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring out the caution.
It's okay. I don't think you did it. I'm
Probably did.
pretty sure you did.
I don't know. My ATVO crashed, so we're in the process of rebooting.
That's all right. My ATVO.
Well, hi, Miss Kelly.
ATVO doesn't like anything that's further back than like 20th place. So
Yeah, I can't get the full screen in either, so kind of roll with it.
the Queen Bee with stars. Thank you, darling.
Always. So what have I missed in the first 49 laps?
Well, we went 37 laps without a caution, got through some green flag pit stops, and this is now our second caution of the night.
Well, then I'm leaving.
So, well, then I'm leaving. As the field comes to pit road. But it's been a good race so far.
Good deal.
Yep. So here's the question for you.
What's that?
All of Beehive Nation wants to know, how did Brandon do?
How did Brandon do? I actually don't know where his final finishing order was, because it was a complete catastrophe at the end of the 602 feature. They were coming into turn 2, and when I tell you they wadded up probably 15 cars, that's no joke whatsoever. So, yeah, he was involved in that, but I did not see his final finishing order, but I'm looking it up now.
But I say I saw like the first maybe 10 laps. I think that you were alive for. And then
Yeah, Cabby tried to do the rest, and we were having serious technical difficulties.
it's all good.
You know, like batteries and stuff, since we were out there since, I don't know, what, 8, 9 o'clock that morning?
Right. Well, he still what? He won a heat race.
He did.
Second in his
won a
consi.
heat race, finished second in his consi,
Made the
which
feature.
was huge. Made the feature. Got this really cool plaque for making the feature. So, definitely proud weekend for sure.
Oh, yeah. Nothing like it. It's all that matters.
But it was a long weekend, I can tell you.
You got to see some really cool stuff, though.
I did. We got to go spend a day at Randy LaJoy's place, learning about. I know we've got a lot of racers on the service and a lot of racers in general that we deal with, and you know, they joke about the safe seat tour and all that stuff. And when I tell you he puts 1,000% into this, he is the only person who makes a race seat that is not square on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But he was coming out with a brand new kind of seat that I'm not going to give away all the secrets, but it has to do with how it bolts in the car and how your seat belts and stuff go.
Mm-hmm.
So Don and Alicia will have the first 2 of those, which is pretty exciting. Got to meet Corey while we were there.
Awesome.
Yeah. Lots of neat stuff.
Did you go see any of the shops while in Charlotte?
Did not have time.
It is,
Did not.
It is the mecca for racing if you're
Had a pretty cool Uber driver though.
Did you?
Yeah, he showed up in like a 1995 Dodge Caravan. Back
Nice.
windows didn't work.
Nice.
Yeah, stayed on the phone the whole time.
Nice.
Sounded a lot like Bo Duke, but it was Uber.
It was Uber. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you guys had a good trip and you made it home safely, because that's the important part. Nothing like home, huh?
Oh my gosh. I don't know that I've actually hit home yet.
Soon enough, darling. Soon enough.
Hope so. It's been a long week.
Well, here's the question for you.
Okay.
Outside of the 602 crate races which you watched, did you get to watch any other racing at Bristol?
I did. I watched all of it, except for the Hornets.
I heard that was the best racing there that weekend.
It was pretty intense, but definitely gone for that part of it.
Well, green flag's back in the air. Rhea Ferris is going to be your leader. Roberson in second. Goldstraw second. Quintrell fourth. And Brian Chu, your points leader, up inside the top five. But,
Chewy.
Chewy. I was telling everybody earlier, the thing to watch out for is the fastest time turned in a Hornet this week at Bristol was 20.2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
They're expecting the Cup cars to run slower than 22 as Hewins goes for a ride through the grass. So 4-cylinder Hornets will probably be faster around Bristol dirt than Cup cars.
Yes. It was pretty insane to watch how fast they were going. And if you were watching, especially the guys in like the 602, 604s, their arms never moved right at all. Slicker than Owl's not, but it was unbelievable. Definitely once in a lifetime experience. I really hope it's something they continue doing, because I really think everybody should experience that once. It was incredible.
Well, caution is back out on the speedway. Looks like Miss Rhea got loose off of turn number 2. Bringing out her caution here. Brian Chu narrowly able to avoid it.
Got to learn a bunch of fun stuff about Bristol and dirt races that we'll call there.
What's that?
You know how we like to joke about the U-tires and all that good stuff?
Mm-hmm.
You know what they call those at the Charlotte Roval?
They're bumps.
No, they're turtles.
Oh, the turtles, yeah.
You know what they are at Bristol?
I don't know.
They're dirtles.
The Dirtles.
Turtles.
Well, if only they would have put the Dirtles into the actual game.
It's a simulator.
I'm sorry, into the simulator. It'd be awesome, but the Dirtles are not in the simulator.
They're not. Oh,
No.
well, we're going to talk about them anyway. We're going to pretend anytime somebody wrecks.
No, they didn't put the Dirtles in. Although I heard the Dirtles were, like, massive.
They were crazy. There were so many wrecks in 3 and 4 that it was insane. There was a huge rut between 3 and 4, but 4 was where all the good stuff happened. You know, I can't remember what race it was. Somebody basically flew off the track and smoked the inside pit wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got to watch that live in person straight in front of you. Looked pretty painful.
I'll say this much. I don't think anybody had a small hit at Bristol this week.
Oh, no. Everything was destroyed.
Yeah.
That was probably the craziest part. The guy who rolled was actually parked right next to AJ and Sabrina Cruz.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to see that one and the one that he tangled up with. And it was, I mean, I don't know how they would pull this thing out of a trailer. It looked like it had been through a trash compactor.
Mm-hmm. I've seen a lot of them were blowing right rear tires.
It was a certain spot on the track that it was crazy. You know, it reminded me a lot of when the new tire model came out on iRacing and everybody was waiting to see how fast they could make that right front pop.
Mm-hmm.
Same exact thing.
Yeah, it's AJ Cruz. What's happening? But yeah, it's crazy. The way I watched a in-car video of Ricky Thornton Jr. From Thursday nights, I think, or Friday nights feature that they ran in the super late models. He started like 16th, was all the way up to 4th. When his right rear blew and just into the wall he went. So
Very true.
But I seen a video of a guy in a UMP mod that hit somebody on the back stretch, and it put the right front tire so far back into the chassis that it moved the engine 6 inches to the left and sheared the entire front chassis rails off of the car.
Well, the guy who smoked that inside wall, it pushed his carburetor all the way up into his deck. So that was pretty interesting.
So these the hits at Bristol were not delicate hits.
No.
If you hit
It was cold.
If you hit something there, you pretty much you're writing that one off. But,
Lots of stray wheels running away. That was pretty rough.
But once in a lifetime experience, right?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. You got to meet some of the people from Beehive Nation out there.
Yeah. What I was typing out. I hate we didn't get to take pictures, but man.
AG says we were able to load it up into the trailer in one piece, so we won.
2 motors later, but yeah.
The lights are off on the pace car as we get ready to go back racing here at Atlanta. 58 laps in the books out of a scheduled 163. Roberson's going to get the jump. They'll have them cleared before they get down to turn number 1, bringing along Weimer and Chu and Quittrell and Dunwoody, your top 5. As Cody Dempster right on the outside of the top 5 in 6th place tries to make his way up. But back here you see James Goldstraw on the number 2, currently running in 10th spot, didn't get a good jump. But tires have been an issue here at Atlanta like they were at Bristol, Queen Bee.
Well, I mean, you got to think Atlanta's one of those old, worn-out racetracks, and it just eats them up.
That's the nice way of saying it. It's like a cheese
Goes
grater.
pow, and then she no go. Is that how that goes?
Yeah.
In Robbie lingo?
Yeah, she went pow and she don't turn no more.
That was at lap 32, though.
Yeah. They're able to make it past lap 32 here tonight. So, but you definitely tell tire wear is going to be an issue. As 12 laps into a run, they're already almost a second and a half slower than they were.
But here, you really want to watch who's going to be able to hug that bottom side. I mean, clearly the top side is going to be your fast side. That's where you're going to want to be. Mm-hmm. But there's a difference between being on the wall and in the wall.
Yes.
So it's a hit or miss thing. You know, do you try to run the bottom and conserve your tires and just keep your position, or do you want to try to be fast and go up to the front and chance getting into that outside wall? All a risk you got to take.
Yeah, it's.
Or you're like, hell, you don't have a wine cough on top of your box making the calls. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Did you see Roland Landry there in 18th spot? But yeah, we've seen several drivers tonight work the high side to be able to get to the front, but by the time they get to the front working the high side, they've already burned their tires up. So, you know, that's that balance you got to play. I still believe it's the driver that can make it work on the bottom tonight that's going to win this thing. But right now, Roberson, your leader, filling in this week for Hermie Sadler in the 25. Jeff Weimer up to second in the 43. Cody Dempster filling in for just Dave this week. He's up to 4th with Quintrell to his inside. And how about our buddy Q-Tip? I don't know if you've heard this yet or not, but Q-Tip is now broadcasting.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Is it on the Cottonelle Network?
It's not on the Cottonelle Network. But he's gotten into broadcast. Apparently he went to college for it.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, I might be replaced after all.
No ma'am.
Okay, fine.
No ma'am. So watch Andy Dunwoody there running in the 6th spot. Andy trying to work around Brian Chu. He'll get that position down in turns 1 and 2. But
Not to stray subjects. This is totally just one of those squirrel moments that you're going to appreciate.
okay.
There's a dude out there running in the super lates last night.
Mm-hmm.
Not really paying a lot of attention. His name is Bobby McGee.
Mm-hmm. It's you, me, and Bobby McGee.
I was like, just think, if you wreck out, somebody asks what happened, you're like, it's just me and Bobby McGee.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing.
That is pretty awesome. It's caution back out on the speedway. Not sure what caused it.
I don't know, because I can't see the back half of the field.
Should be Bobby McGee.
I'm telling you, I laughed so hard, I was crying. I mean, maybe it was just way funnier last night than what it is today, but it killed me.
What would make it even better is if he got into a wreck and when he got out, he thumbed down the tow truck. Because you know, Bobby thumbed down the diesel.
I was like, he could make it clear to Baton Rouge, but he did. He wrecked out all by himself. That was the sad part. And then I couldn't help but laugh.
Oh, that's good stuff there. That's good stuff.
Pull the driver and mess with him. Probably could.
You can't. Go ahead.
User was moved
Young
to your
Cody
channel.
Dempster who likes to wheel race cars. Queen Bee and Robbie in the booth. You got a copy?
Oh, hey!
Oh, hey. How's it going?
Well, I just did a thing.
Oh, God.
Who sped?
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't have to be that excited to talk to me, but it's all good. Is your crew chief cussing you out or what?
No, my spotter is.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, you got old Tim Weinkauf spotting for you tonight, so how's it been so far?
We have really good speed. I really like my long run speed. He's not impressed with my restarts so far, so apparently I need to step that up. But other than that, I think we're pretty good here. We still got a long race to go, and it's not like I haven't driven from the back to the front before.
Well, I hate to brag on you, but I do. I have the faith in you. Tighten the belts down, listen to your spotter, listen to me, go straight to the front and stay out there, get a good restart, and then flip Tim
drive
off
it off
as you
in
drive
there.
by. The full send. That's all you got to do. Go win it.
All right, just drive it off in there and hope she sticks.
That's it.
All right, if a wreck happens because of me, I'm blaming you and solely you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, good talk.
All right. Well, go give him hell.
Thank you.
User was moved out
Totally
of your
not my
channel.
fault. He's the one driving, not me.
She said, totally not my fault.
I mean, I can make him think I'll take... What am I going to do taking blame? What are they going to do, fire us?
Very true. No.
mean- If anything, it's Cody's fault.
This is true. As you watch him take that slow fall to the back of the field.
He's right. He has taken it from the back all the way to the front. Cody Dempster, even though he is a youngin, he can wheel a race car.
Mm-hmm. Sean McLaughlin, hey Beehive and ISNF had fun in the 4-car last week. Oh yeah, Sean, you had a good run last week until the end there. Unfortunately, got caught up in a bunch of, Tim says you're trying to make him fight.
Are you eating cookies?
No.
The lion.
You won't believe me if I tell you what I mean.
I don't even want to know. Look at old Q-tip out front. I'm digging it.
Oh, I will tell you this much as far as what I'm eating. It's an Easter, like, you have to have at Easter.
Cadbury cream eggs.
No.
Peeps.
No.
Reese's eggs.
Those are a necessity, but no. It's an
Well,
old
then
school
you
candy.
failed.
It's an old school candy.
Hope it's not that coconut crap.
No, it's not that coconut crap.
Gold brick eggs.
No.
Well, then I have no idea.
Chili beans.
That's a year-round thing.
Oh, Q-tip does not get going. I'm willing to bet you he still had it in fourth gears. The 11's gonna, or 41's gonna get in the wall, and we're gonna have a wreck.
We're dying. See, this is why I can't show up to broadcast.
This is just an accordion effect of Kyle getting a bad restart. No, Cody Dempsey gets sent for a ride too on the bottom. Uncle Kenny.
Well, then hell, I can pull my food out too. So nobody'd have to listen to it.
What you got for tonight?
Fried shrimp, fried fish, french fries, and hush puppies.
Damn, I hear you, darling.
You hate me?
I said, I hear you, darling.
Oh. I thought you said you hate me. I was like, damn, dude.
No. Never.
Cody Dempster die. No, because Wee Man's not here.
It's Marshall Moran and that Dick Trickle Jr. Don Levy Highland Myers throwback. I had barbecued ribs, potato salad, macaroni and cheese for lunch today, or dinner tonight.
I know one thing. I'm excited that we have dirt later.
Yes.
I don't quite understand what we're doing with the dirt stuff, but I assume I'm going to figure it out.
Well, it's. I'll put it to you the way it was put to me, and it makes a lot of sense. How many times as a driver have you gone to a race, and let's just say it's a 60-lap race, and you're going through the race, and you don't figure it out until like the last 15 laps, and by that time it's too late to make your move through
So
the
that's
field.
why we're doing 60 laps the first night and then 100 laps the next night.
Right.
Gotcha. I like it. And we're at Volusia.
Yes. Home of the Gator
Yes, we're not
Nationals.
at- Just can't.
Huh?
I'm laughing at Uncle Kenny and Wee Man arguing out in chat.
I didn't sat to, I said to.
All right, 17th is absolutely unacceptable for young Cody Dempster, so we're going to need to speed the pace up just a hair.
Just a smidget.
No spicy nuggies for you.
Them's fighting words where they're at.
I know, that's why it's funny, because I'm like 12 states away. So who's kind of been the dominating or outstanding name in the series so far this season?
as far as dominating and wins, Roberson's only been showing up in a fill-in role, and every time he showed up in a fill-in role, he's been hard to beat. But old Chewy is actually our points leader, and he's done it the Roy Crump style. He's just nickel and diming these guys to death every week.
Well, I mean, that's what people fail to understand is when you're running the point system like that, I mean, Speed Zone's the exact same way. Every possible point that you can get is going to add up at the end of the season, whether it be for you, the owner's points, the team points. I know they run, I think, 12 different point systems over here, but, you know, when it comes to championship points, it doesn't matter where you finished. Starting, it makes probably the biggest difference of all.
Yeah, these guys, you know, there's several drivers that'll come in and win races, but then they'll miss a race. And Chew's been here every single week, and he is slowly but surely expanding on that points lead. So, Red said to find him a new wheel. What kind of wheel does he want? I mean, I can go to the shed and I can get him the first wheel ever invented. But I don't think that's the kind of wheel he wants. Single file restart this time.
Ooh.
Green flag back in the air. Roberson, Weimer, Chew, Kosovic, and Quintrell, your top 5. Kyle Quintrell gets a better restart this time. As you watch.
Look at this. Cody Dempster's been listening. Look at him down up to the bottom looking for a slide job in a cup car.
He's up to 11th. Gonna go to the outside here in 3 and 4 of the 90. That'll put him up to 10th if he's able to get around him.
Damn right he can get around him. He's Cody.
He's gonna try and get 2 on the exit. Move Cody Dempster up to 9th. I think now. So he's gonna go to the outside of the 83 of Hewen as well as they work down the back straightaway. Cody's slicing and dicing his way through the field right now. That man wants his chicken nuggets. He's going to go to the outside here. The question is as hard as Cody is charging these corners right now, Queen Bee, if we get a long run, how much do you think that's going to affect him?
I'm just hoping like hell he's not burning up his tires. I hope old Tim's hollering in his ears to simmer down just a little bit. I mean, I know that middle finger's up in the air with the cast and all, but... he definitely wants to have a car here left at the end of it.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely do. As you watch Andy Dunwoody here work off the corner, there's your favorite throw pack scheme of all time.
Freaking lootly.
24.
David Falk gets my vote. I actually have a pick for the win.
Do you?
I do.
Well, yeah.
I wonder how Scott knew that was me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Don't know, but he cracked the code apparently. He cracked.
He just knows his pet name.
You watch Cody Dempster here, currently up to 7th as he works to the inside of our 6th place driver. That'd be Trent Cameron in the 12 car.
Damn, I thought that was Ryan Newman.
Ryan Newman, Sterling Marlin, and Jeff Gordon.
We gotta change his picture. I know one thing. I'm making myself post it right now so we can change Torrens in case he's running dirt tonight.
Okay. Who else's picture we got to change?
I think we're going to change Wee Man's.
Wee Man's? Okay. See David Baug there. He's going to get passed on the outside.
Dude, you need to kick them Rainbow Warriors into business.
Roberson Stigger leader over Weimer. Quintrell runs third. Chu fourth. Kosovic runs fifth. As we have reached the halfway point in the race. Halfway home here. So.
Oh. That was a wall. Speaking of, I got to meet a wall.
Get to meet several of them, didn't you?
Technically just one. The other ones were way high up in the stands.
Wait. High up in the stands. See Russell Bratka there in the 3 car. As Albert Hewins in the 83 Red Bull car continues to have a solid run here tonight. Cody Dipster now to the outside of Cameron as they come off of turn number 4.
But he needs to watch old George in the yellow hat. I wonder if his helmet's yellow.
Don't know.
Not from that way.
See Andy Dunwoody there in 9th place. As we're working lap 12 here on this green flag run. Atlanta, one of those racetracks though, Queen Bee, kind of gets spaced out. Drivers kind of get a chance to just sort of run their grooves. But I talked about it earlier. You know, we always talk about the right front tire, burning up the right front tire.
Oh, Cody, don't do it.
But here at Atlanta,
oh my God,
right rear is something you got to worry about. Is Cody Dipster apparently decided to squeeze into a situation he probably shouldn't have.
I mean, I get he's skinny and all, but geez.
Cheese and crackers.
Well, since we've made it halfway and you watched the first way more of the race than I have, you know, we talked a lot last week, especially on Monday, about the new, I'm doing air quotes over here, the grip strips on this update, how they changed so many different things. Have you noticed anything different in the Cup cars versus, you know, how we've been able to watch the Xfinity cars and things so far this week?
What I have noticed personally, drivers are going to the high side a lot sooner in the Cup cars than they used to ever go to the top side. And, I mean, there used to be, you'd have to be about 25, 30 laps into a run. The car is extremely loose, and then you would go to the top side here to make hay. But it seems like right off the get-go, drivers are going to the top and making hay. So I think it's created multiple grooves, for sure.
Well, it should make for some good racing. It's just a matter of everybody getting back adjusted to it is going to be the big thing.
Yeah, that's the big thing is, can the drivers get adjusted to it? And do the drivers have faith that it's going to stick?
George Michael does.
This is true. But he does have to think twice.
No, he doesn't.
As Q-Tip and young Cody Dipster battle for 4th and 5th.
$10 says Cody Dipster will not turn Q-Tip.
I would hope he wouldn't.
I'm kidding. Please don't take me serious. My gracious me. I shouldn't have said that out loud. No, he's going to get right up next to him. He's going to try to get a little bit of draft. Then he's going to go full on slide job all the way around the bottom. Watch.
As you watch it come off a turn at number 4 here.
Uncle Kenny, I have a new job for you. You have to come up with, like, Kenny back burner McNuggets or something. Since he's our new Larry Mack, he's got to come up with, like, random tidbits to throw to us during the race. Look at this. Cody Dipster to the outside of Oh man, old Q-Tip. Does he have enough to make it stick? Don't go down yet. Oh, Q-Tip might have burned his car down some.
Yeah, Q-Tip might have used his tires up a little bit here, trying to keep up with the top 3 here at the beginning of this run.
5-lap different tires, though, between him and Cody Dempster.
Those 5 laps will make a world of difference towards the end of this run.
A whale of a difference and whatnot.
Yes, ma'am. As you watch Hewins now work to the inside of Q-Tip as they go into turns 3 and 4. Oh, Hewins is going to wash up. He gets tight. That was close.
Yeah.
That was a pucker factor.
I mean, not for me, but for them, yeah, probably. Okay, so here's the question. What are the go-to jelly beans?
Oh, anything but the black ones and the white ones.
That's racist. That'll get you 10 to 20.
Yeah, this is true. That did come out wrong.
No, mine are always, what is it, the Starburst ones?
Starburst ones are good, but I went with the classic Jelly Bellies.
Corey Tuggle. You best be turning some laps at Volusia, son. Instead of running that little mouth. I'm going to have to see some good performance tonight from the comeback kid.
Is that what we're calling him? The comeback kid?
60 laps is, that might be past his bedtime. He's got school tomorrow.
Tell you what, old Roberson's starting to pull away from the field right now, though.
That's by 1.116 seconds.
It's probably the biggest advantage we've seen all night.
That's all right, because young Cody Dempster's fixing to kick it into high gear and just roll with it.
We'll tell here at speeds of the line when they come by. See who's the fastest in the top 5. Your leader with a 32.140, Weimer with a 32.295, 32.115 for Brian Chu, 32.118 for Dempster, and Trent Cameron with a 32.150. So it looks like Brian Chu and Cody are the fastest in the top 5 right now.
Cody, I can see, just because of the tire thing. But I've said it every other asphalt race that we cover, and I'll say it again. That first pit cycle, despite how many cautions you have, determines your entire race. Because you're going to have a lot of these guys coming down before him, and he still will have the fastest tires. But is he going to have enough time to get back up to the front after his last pit stop?
Well, they're going to, you figure, right now they're running, 2 seconds a lap slower than their fastest lap? So they're going to be 2 seconds a lap faster than him when they go out. So if he stays out a full 5 laps longer than they do, that's 10 seconds he's going to have to make up.
Yep. But once again, you're on Atlanta, a 1.5 mile track. After that pit cycle, they're not going to have that many laps left. You know, clearly he's happy with his long run speeds. So maybe he's got something in his head that a spotter can't see. I'm not talking about a bunch of rocks.
Several drivers are starting to make their way to pit road now as the pit cycles are starting here. So we'll find out. But it looks like these drivers are only going about, 27 to 30 laps on a set of tires? I'm pretty sure they can probably go a lot further than that on fuel itself, though. As William Carp currently runs in the 6th spot. As you see Cody Dempster now coming to pit road, him and Brian Chu. Looks like Cody's going to not take advantage of the 5-lap fresher tires and pit with everybody.
Maybe he's listening to us.
Highly possible. Oh no, the Queen Bee's talking about shotgun and beers that certain people win.
That's another person like Abney. You just have to give a lot of shit to. Corey he's really a good kid. I got to give him that. But man, he can run his mouth like he can run a car, but he backs it up. I do have to say that. So yeah, if Corey wins, that's the bet.
All right.
But he's going to have some serious names to contend with because we know Dirt pulls some of the biggest drivers and the biggest names out there.
Yeah, him and Joshua Hessen put on a hell of a show last week at Bristol. There's supposed to be more HRT guys there this week, and we'll see how it all plays out. Oh, I forgot to tell you, guess who showed up in the broadcast last week? Or in
Who's
the
that?
chat last week? Somebody we haven't talked to in a long time, and the last time I remember talking to him, all we were doing was sending him a bunch of Carol Baskin memes.
Rocky?
Yep.
That's because I had to get in touch with Rocky about getting Lane in the Spring Fling. Because as I was paying for the tickets, apparently that's when they decided they wanted to sell out.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So we're going to have a driver that we got to pull for Spring Fling. Got to get with old Big Country and get one of them badass paint schemes done, though. If their move is finished.
I know they're in their new house. I don't know if they're fully
I'm
set
sure
up.
he's backed up like crazy, though.
I know the last post I seen, they posted a picture of his little girl laying in bed watching old episodes because the internet wasn't on yet. So
Looks like we're going to finish our green flag pit stops here.
yeah, it looks like the final. Still got two drivers out there. Derek Love and Johnny Castle have not made their way to pit road yet.
Nobody puts him in a corner.
But when the pit stops are over, said and done with, looks like Jeff Weimer is going to come
Quit
at you
calling
later.
him a whiner.
I'm not.
You are. You're calling him a whiner, and that's very rude.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Yeah, it's true. Mike Lester.
What sounds like a steal? Oh, well then I'm down, dude.
Mike Lester said you beat him to me with my comment about the jelly beans. I forgot I had my TeamSpeak up and it was covering the chat over on the YouTube side. So I didn't see any of the comments. I do apologize. Mike Lester over on the YouTube side. Damn it, Murphy, he just took you outside. Well, looks like Roberson now is going to go to the lead. No, Weimer will be your leader. He's going to have a 1.6 second advantage as HVO finally catches up. Looks like Roberson's going to be your leader by 1.7 seconds. Cody Dempster is going to be third. Chu in fourth. Quintrall in fifth. So we are closing in on the end of this thing as we've got 105 laps completed, working lap 106 of 163. So we'll probably have two more pit stops at the rate that these guys are pitting. But now, I ask you this, Queen Bee.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the way the field's kind of spread out right now, it's got that green flag feel to it. Three drivers right now are within 2 seconds of each other. Everyone else is kind of falling, 6 seconds or more back. If you're in that top three, are you just trying to maintain at this point? Or are you trying to make your move that you need to make now to try and win this thing with still 60 laps to go.
Frankly, I think it's too soon to try to get out there in a way because you're going to have at least 1 to 2 more cautions. I mean, let's break that down potato head style. It's going to happen. Somebody's going to play a restart game and it might not work out in your favor. I would say you wait till the last 25.
Okay.
That's when you start moving.
Okay. Battle for second place as they go down the backstretch. Backstretch. I was going to say straight away and stretch and yeah.
Stretch away?
Yeah, stretch away. As Cody Dempster has caught up to the back bumper of Jeff Weimer as they come out of turn number 4.
Amazing what happens when your pep talk shows up, huh?
I know. Cody's going to go to the outside of Weimer here on the exit of turn number 2 after he gave him a little bit of the chrome horn in the center of the corner.
It's not super late models there, Cody.
So make it around Weimer there. As Roberson has a 1 second advantage now over young Cody Dempster. Weimer now back to third. Brian Shue runs fourth, and Bratka rounds out your top 5. As you see, Kyle Quintrell starting to struggle a little bit, Queen Bee, as he's falling back in the field. So he's back to 9th now.
I think he might have used up those tires a little bit too early.
Yeah, it's definitely looked like he's struggling on the X's of the corners, not getting the speed down the straightaway everyone else is. But still got at least 1-2 more pit stops, 2 more opportunities to make it better. So I had an idea.
Okay.
At the 1 year mark, we need to do a superlative show.
Earls.
Superlative.
Okay.
Best race in the 1 year of the channel. Best finish. Best nickname. Just stuff like that.
Okay.
What you think? What you think? What you think?
I think if I can remember back that far, that'd be amazing.
This is true. I do know this much, though. We're only 27 followers away from 2,000. Oh, the 12 cards on the wall.
We could get that.
Question is, though, will we get it before the 1 year anniversary?
How long do we have?
Do you have the beehive thing? Do the followage with the beehive, and that'll tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, because you got to remember, you two were following before it was beehive. Oh, we got him around on the backstretch. That's going to bring the caution out.
Welcome to Daytona.
As it looks like Love and the 41 and the 22 of Adam O'Brien are going to get together here on the exit of turn number 2. Not clear, driver. And that brings out your caution. Does anyone dare risk staying out?
I don't think so. I think you go ahead and bring it down.
Now, you have first-hand experience of calling a race here at Atlanta where someone decides to stay out on old tires at the end
I
of a
do.
race. You do.
Refresh my
It
memory.
gained you a new co-host for 2 weeks.
Oh, Speed Zone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Staying out on 33 and 21 lap old tires when everybody else behind you pits was not the smartest move.
No. No, 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 no.
Like I said, I couldn't complain because we did have a co host for 2 weeks, but once again, that just shows you the quality of guys that run over there. I brag on them a lot. I'll continue to brag on them. For an admin to admit what he did was wrong, take his penalty, serve his penalty, and decide to penalize himself one extra week, that says a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Not to mention that this is a brand new league when all that got started, too. Because we've had league owners in the past who decide that the rules are not for them. Here at Beehive, yeah, we're special, but it's a different kind of special. We don't play favorites. We might talk about somebody an awful lot, but there is no favoritism when it comes to a racer. People have joked about, oh, well, there's a NASCAR driver in there. Oh, there's a dirt guy in there. Guess what? At the end of the day, that's just another person entered into this race that we're calling. Another instance, the oh shit 100. That's just another race for us. It's what we do every day of the week.
Yeah, we had Hudson O'Neal last week at Bristol, but Hudson at that point is just another driver.
That's right. The new deal. Well, who was your pick for the super late model win? I'll ask you that.
What, last week?
No, last night.
Oh, last night?
Or night before. Well, you know the group of super late model drivers.
Fergie looked really good on Friday. But I knew people would catch up to him, so I didn't count on Fergie to get it done on Saturday. I thought it was going to come down to 3 drivers. I thought it was going to come down to Larson.
Bloomquist?
No, I didn't think Bloomquist. I thought it was Larson,
and JD.
Davenport, and then, I got to pull for Bobby.
Bobby had a rough time that first night, I can tell you. That's who lost his rear wheel.
Yeah. So.
Funny enough, you know how you always go to a race and you always get your souvenir sweatshirt? Either you get the event shirt or you get, one of the drivers. Not everybody sticks to the exact same driver. For once, I didn't go the Dirt Nationals deal. I decided I was going to pick a driver Friday night for my sweatshirt. You want to take a wild guess who I picked?
Either Fergie or...
Yep.
You got Fergie?
Did. So I was a proud individual there on Friday night.
I figured it would probably be Fergie or Larson. All right. We are stacked up behind the pace car, ready for the restart as it come out of turn number 4. Green flag in the air. Here we go. Dempster on the inside, Robertson on the outside. Oh, Roberson's going to try and side draft him into the corner. Try and slow him down, but Dempster going to have a slight advantage. They come off the corner. They're going to be side by side. Robertson, though, with the better run off the corner, is going to get right next to him as they go down into turns 3 and 4. Question is, will Dempster stay up higher or will he drop to the bottom? He'll go to the bottom here on the exit. Tight racing for the leads that come off of turn number 4. It looks like Roberson's going to lead that lap. Dempster, though, not giving up as he continues to battle on that inside line. Roberson right out there on the outside of him, though. Roberson again gets that good run off the exit on that top side. But Cody able to drive it in a little bit deeper down into the corner on that bottom lane. These two drivers not going to give each other an inch right now. As Roberson again is going to lead this lap. Cody finally going to back out of it. Go ahead and let Roberson go. Try and save his tires a little bit here. Maybe a smart move on Cody's part. Mike Lester says, I want to join your league. Which league, Mike? And we don't really have one. Oh, lap car! Oh, that just wadded up the whole field.
Okay, bye!
Lap car comes down in front of Cody Dempster, and that, for all intents and purposes, took out the entire top 10 behind your leader. Wow. Lester said I need something to do on Fridays.
Uh-huh. That's cute.
As the Queen Bee has gone silent.
I haven't went silent. I'm still here.
I'm still here.
Huh?
Huh?
What?
Still here.
Oh, you didn't hear the soundboard go off?
No, I heard the soundboard. I figured that's why I said you went silent. She's gone to just
Oh, no.
the soundboard.
I'm good.
Thoughts on that last wreck?
Penalty, penalty, penalty. But once again, we're not admins. We just show up to talk shit about a video game.
Yes, ma'am. Looks like Roberson, Karp, Hewins, Cameron, and Moran are going to be your top 5 as they were able to make it through that incident. But this, I know I say it a lot, but this changes the complexity of the end of this race. I mean, you've taken out a lot of drivers that were fast enough to run with Roberson.
Yeah.
So, Mike Lester simulator.
I only say that because we have shirts that are made like that.
We do have shirts.
Funny
that say that.
enough, went with no beehive apparel at all.
What?
No, that's what I said. I know one thing. I got to get all these like prizes and stuff shipped out that we've been that I've been promising for a while.
Well, they're all going to one address.
Well, I know Uncle Kenny has some, but I still have Kyle's license plate. I've got to get Ryan's special gift from Jason from The Walking Dead.
That's true.
I don't even remember what all we owe Uncle Kenny, to tell you the truth.
We owe Uncle Kenny a hat,
License plate.
a license plate, and a pop socket.
You really think Uncle Kenny is the pop socket kind of person?
Well, then find a replacement for the pop socket. I don't know what else to give you.
Thinking like a lanyard or something.
There you go.
I learned a whole new meaning to pop socket. It sounds like, you know, you screw up your shoulder or something. Oh man, what happened? Oh, I got a pop socket. Misspell Ryan's name, but it's fun not to. Oh, we gave away coffee one night too.
Uncle Kenny won that.
That's right. No beehive, no G&G. Sheesh. Why would there be no beehive or G&G? I don't know. I brought a lot of business to your house in the past week, homeboy. So,
No, I think he meant the fact that you didn't wear anything.
I had my phone case, which said beehive on it. But I only packed a light jacket because I was like, okay, the Weather's going to be pretty while we were up there. Sabrina put that as an understatement. Cold was the understatement of the year. It was freezing. And by the end of Friday night, I think it was down in the 30s inside the Coliseum itself.
It's a 30 degrees. A lot of people don't understand. 30 degrees in the South is a different cold. It's a humid cold, and that humidity and the water that's in the air makes it frigid.
What's funny is they were talking about selling dirt, commemorative dirt, off of the track and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
I got home and emptied out one of the bags that was in the stands, and I dumped out probably a good inch of dirt.
Oh, yeah. Well, every video I seen where they would show, like, the grandstands, like, they were covered in it.
Oh, yeah, and it was like walking on slime. It was awful.
Green flag back out, Carp and Love on the front row. New players at the front of the field here as we get back under green with 126 laps completed. It's caution right back out. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Ooh, shoot. It looks like Dunwoody spun there on the start. Ooh, that snuck up on me.
You didn't squeak.
No, I don't squeak. Well, never mind.
Anyway, so yeah, William Carp leads over Bob Love and David Balk. I'd like to call this 24 to victory.
David Balk out of California. Mike Lester, don't want to say I told you so, but see Johnny Castle there running in 14th. I don't know. When it comes to the Bristol Dirt thing, this past week was what I looked forward to when it came to Bristol Dirt. I don't see the Cup cars putting on that great of a show. I could be wrong. But
I'll tell you one that impressed me was old Corey LaJoy. The first time he's ever driven like that on dirt. And the first night went from 21st, I think he finished 6th.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty cool. That dude's got a sweet mullet, by the way. Got to see one of his cars hanging from the ceiling in the race shop, which is pretty freaking cool.
So the one with his face on it?
No, well, it was one of Randy's old cars, the red, white, and blue 74.
Fina car.
Yes,
One back
hanging
to
from
back.
the ceiling.
Back
They
to
do
back.
have one of Corey's in there that they were cutting out the entire, what would be the passenger side, and lining it and putting lights and stuff in it, and they're turning it into a couch for the, who's the sponsor? The Brake Bar or something?
Oh, okay. Cool.
For their showroom, which is pretty freaking neat.
Brandon LaJoy seems like a really down-to-earth guy. He was recently on Dale Jr.'s podcast along with Corey.
Oh, Randy's was amazing. Listening to him talk about Buckshot Jones
Yeah.
was probably one of the funniest things I've ever heard. You talk about on-track rivals, that right there is a good one.
Him walking into the hauler and tripping
Yeah, air quotes, tripping.
as he punched him in the face.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that guy is passionate about what he does, and I mean, he can tell you all day long the difference in a $650 seat and a LaJoy seat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think he said he takes 22 measurements, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I know him and Fergie, as a matter of fact, are real big on making sure drivers have properly fitted seats. Because
Learned another.
Fergie worked for
finishers.
Butler, I believe.
Yeah. Heard another cool one. You know how we always talk about small businesses and bringing awareness to different things. I overheard John and Alicia talking about something this past week while they were getting fitted for their seats. They have a program that they're working on, not only saving small towns and small town tracks, but they also have one that they focus on street racers who are, you know, out there at night doing Cody
Illegal
Dempster kind of
shooters.
stuff. And keeping them in the right safety equipment and safety gear and getting them off the road and into racing, which I'm definitely going to have to find out some more information on. But it was really neat to hear about all of the different branches of racing that they're going into.
Well, here's my thought when it comes to safety equipment in race cars, and I had this argument with a couple buddies that race dirt around here. One of the local tracks was looking at, and this was back in right after Senior died, you know, mid-early 2000s, and they were talking about making the driver start wearing restraints, you know, whether it be a head and neck, some kind of head and neck restraint, whether it be a Hans, a Simpson's device, whichever kind it would be. And they were complaining about, well, it costs too much money for one of those. And my thought is this: if you have the money to buy a race car and you can't afford a head and neck restraint system or a helmet, you don't need to be racing.
I mean, how much is your life worth?
Yeah.
I mean, do you spend the extra $250 and make sure of it? I mean, look at the people. I mean, I can say this because family does this. You're strapping your kids into race cars every week. Do you not spend that extra $250 on, you know, extra safety equipment for them?
Mm-hmm.
That's your babies.
Yep.
But yeah, racing has gotten more expensive. But I mean, look at the technology now versus when everything happened with Dale.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous to me if you're still building race cars nowadays. And I know it used to be prevalent back in the day, but I'm sorry, if you're still building your own race car and your own roll cages and everything, and you're doing it with muffler tubing, you're an idiot. There's so many people I know that have done stuff like that to try and save weight on a race car, and it's not worth it.
No.
It really isn't worth it, in my opinion.
You only get one life.
Yep, that's it.
Sucks the first time you die.
Yes.
Then you don't feel it anymore.
Pretty much.
Safe car's gonna go down though. Green flag back out.
Green flag is back out. Bob Love out front. David Baux runs in that second spot. Bradka third. Quintrell fourth. And Tomlinson runs in the fifth spot. As we've got 30 laps to go when they get back.
We're wrecking.
Where at?
Right around the, I think, well,
Ooh, I see it.
around the 41 and the 9.
I don't know what happened to the 9, but he shot up the racetrack. Oh, and that code between him and the 33 sends him up the racetrack. As that's going to bring out the caution again here with 30 laps to go.
What was my caution guess? I don't know, but we're at 8.
Yes.
How many laps though? 27. Flip that backwards. That was my guess.
Yes. Jeremy may actually hit it right. I think he said 12.
Nah. Jeremy wins. Shannon's gonna come after you with a frying pan.
This is true. This is very, very true.
I can't say he's a crybaby. I used to say that. But like I said, I have a whole new respect when it comes to Kyle Busch these days. And one being because my son is probably one of the biggest Kyle Busch fans. But after what Samantha and her assistant were able to do when they found out what we were getting together for T Rowdy around Christmas time, that stepped it up a lot. And then watching him in his LCQ on Friday night, let me tell you, that dude is a wheelman. Whether it comes to asphalt or dirt, he is passionate about what he does.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me that if you wreck out of a race, you're not going to be fuming hot and mad like that and say stuff that you probably shouldn't. Well, at the end of the day, that's the kind of driver that he is. I'm not defending him by any means, because some of the stuff is a little, I mean, it's comical.
Mhm.
But like I said, it's passion behind what he does. He loves what he does. And I mean, you can't fault the guy for that.
No, I'll agree with you that. And I'm kind of in the boat with you. I do have a bigger respect for him after the whole T Rowdy thing. Just, speaking of which, T Rowdy got a win last week, so congrats, T Rowdy. Way to go, brother. But still not one of my favorite drivers, I will not say. Although I will say,
no, definitely not.
Although I will say there's a new driver that is slowly but surely about to take his place as far as my least liked driver in all of NASCAR racing.
All right, bring it on. Who is it?
Who is it? Gregson.
Uh-huh. Oh, jeez.
That little kid, somebody needs to beat his brains in.
How many times have we had the conversation about entitlement these days?
Oh my
That is the
God.
generation of racers that's what you're dealing with.
Oh,
Had
did
that happened when Senior, or let's say he did that to Tony Stewart, I would have killed to have seen old Smoke's comment to that or reaction. That was back in the good days of pit row fights. I mean, that was chicken shit.
You don't back up into another guy's pit box. Even if the dude overshot his pit box, had to back up. Yeah, it cost you time on pit road. But you don't then turn around and back up into his car while that guy's crew is working on the car.
Nah.
They got the car jacked up and you're going to back into it on... And you can't say, well, he didn't. No, he done it intentionally.
Oh, yeah. It was netcode.
Yeah. So, somebody's going to catch that kid between a hauler. And it's not going to be pretty for him.
Ew. Did have somebody at Bristol go out and throw a steering wheel, though.
There was a lot of fights at Bristol this week.
That there was.
I think the best one I seen a video of a modified race where two guys got into it on the track. One guy wrecked. The guy that wrecked caused the wreck, gets out of his car, flips the bird at the guy that he was in the wreck with. The guy that he flipped the bird at, this is the feature. He's running like third or fourth in the feature. Pulls off the racetrack to get out of his car and beat the snot out of the dude.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, CJ, that doesn't make for a great next weekend at a racetrack. I don't care. That is such bullshit when you hear people say, well, that drama makes for a better race the next week. It doesn't.
No, because think about the cars you're going to tear up around you.
What made for better races the next week is when the drivers would just beat the brains off another one in the garage area, and then they would go have a beer afterwards. But
they don't do that anymore.
No.
Like I said, completely different generation of drivers.
Mm-hmm. Pace cars in, though. We're going back to racing here. David Bauk out front. Bradka is going to be in second. Quintrell up to third. Roberson up to fourth. Moran runs fifth as we get back underway here. 137 laps in the books, working lap 138 as Bradka goes for the lead down in turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think old Bout got intimidated.
A little bit, but here comes Roberson as he's finally making his way back up through the field after pitting after that caution. So he's going to get up to second. He'll get to the inside of Bradke here on the exit of turn number 4. Oh, save it, Bout.
He does. Lose a lot of ground, but better than the alternative.
Yes. Tell you what, though. Old Bradke not going to give up this lead without a fight. He's using that high side to his advantage as we come around to complete lap 139. Side by side as they get to the stripe, Bradke's going to lead this lap. How many times have you seen a race at Atlanta come down to a last lap pass?
Not very often.
As you watch Bradke again use the momentum of the high side to get the advantage over Robertson. Question now is, will Roberson just fall in line here, or will he try and maybe go to the top side now that he's got Bradka down to the bottom?
Problem being, if they decide to do this too much, they're going to burn up so much of their cars that they're going to leave the door wide open for guys like KQ2 and Carp and Moran and Smith and, I mean, anybody running behind them, because the more they battle, that's leaving it wide open for everybody behind them.
Very true. As Roberson on the outside is going to have the advantage down the back straightaway as they go into 3 and 4. Bradka going to send it in on the bottom. Edge out just a little bit here as they come off a turn number 4. 141 laps in the books. As Roberson continues to try and complete the pass on Bradka, he'll get it done this time in 1 and 2. And I think at this point, it's gonna be tough to catch this guy. But they're gonna work off a turn number 4. Roberson, your leader. Bradka back to second. Quintrall runs third. Carp up to fourth. But a solid run tonight for Q2. As next time back, Wingby will have 20 laps to go. As Roberson, your leader. Bradka second. Quintrall third. Carp and Moran, your top 5 here. O'Brien Chu up to 12th now after being involved in that incident. Slowly trying to make his way back into the top 10 with 20 laps to go. As they work down the back straightaway here, you see old Roland Paparazzi Landry right there behind him in the 7 car. Roland having a solid night tonight, running in that 13th spot. The laps remain. As Roberson has stretched out a 0.3 of a second lead right now over Bradka. Although Bradka was a little bit faster that last time by, so Bradka not going away without a fight. As they'll have 18 laps to go when they get to the stripe here as we watch Roland Landry go to the inside of David Chu. Or Brian Chu, sorry. See Bob Love there in 11th, him and David Bauk as they battle for 10th and 11th. Roland Paparazzi Landry there in 7th. As you watch 8th, or 7th, 8th, 9th, or actually 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th there. There's 4 drivers. Casey Tomlinson in that 46 has had a solid run all night.
He'd be a good country singer.
Casey Tomlinson. Yeah, it's got the name for it.
Sounds like a good country music name. Yeah, I had the old idea. I was going to walk up to old AJ Cruz and I was going to be like, oh my God, it's AJ Cruz. I was so cold at that point, I could barely get a few words out. Got to meet your buddy Jedi, though.
You had to beat Joey Lamb.
I did.
Hell yeah.
Didn't say a lot. Like, he was kind of off sitting in a trailer, like, at you, but...
2 guesses as to why.
You're right.
Yes.
Just,
Yes.
just yes.
It's nothing personal. Joey didn't even know he was there.
He did. I felt probably the worst for Sabrina because that poor thing is very cold-natured, and she probably had 10 layers on by the end of the night and still couldn't make it. I had on a tank top, ripped up jeans, and a thin sweatshirt. That was dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dumb.
You didn't carry no blankets or anything in the stands, would you?
Luckily, Pop had some blankets, but the Princess Bee kind of took over that pretty quick.
Of course.
Hey, Katie, I want to go shopping. Can't say no.
It's taking her shopping this week.
Oh, absolutely. We went while we were there, and I'm sure we'll go again.
Did you watch the battle here for 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th? As Bob Love, a solid run tonight for him. About time his luck kind of turned around for him as he's inside the top 10 here tonight with 13 laps to go.
He needs the McDowell car.
Loves travel stop.
Mm-hmm.
They'll work to the inside of the 01 here as they come off of turn number 4. That'll put him up to 8th spot. 12 laps remain. Roberson out to a 1 second lead here, Queen Bee.
Not really a surprise.
No. As we watch the battle back here, just right now is about the best battle on the racetrack. Is like I said, the leaders kind of pulling away.
Kinda.
Sundays at noon
Wow,
for
it wasn't
Global
even
Racing
on my
League race. Really good racing. I have to check it out, Mike.
How many viewers do we have on the YouTube side?
11. We have 11 right now. And at our peak, we were at 12. I don't know how many we have on Facebook.
23.
Hey, again.
Not bad for Sunday afternoon.
Not bad, not bad. As we're inside the final 10 laps of the race. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Casey Thomason had to chase it down to the apron. As we've got 9 laps to go here, Queen Bee. Bradka starting to gain a little bit on Roberson. Did Roberson maybe use his stuff up?
Yes.
Let's see here. Last time by, well, Roberson was faster that last time by, so gonna be close. As we're now with 8 laps remaining. So your pick to win tonight, are we still good on it?
Still are.
Still are?
Because he's leading it.
Did something happen to our top 2?
I don't know. Just know who I picked to win it.
What happened to our top 2? Huh.
I see Roberson in 16th. Unless he came down to pit. Him and the number 3.
Oh.
Now, is that smart with 8 to go? Looks like Albert Hewan's going to be able to look to the outside of old KQ2.
It's going to be interesting.
Uh-oh, looks like something happening to old KQ2. Marshall Moran's going to get right up on the back bumper.
I think Coquintrell's on a fuel-saving run here. Well, actually, no. Albert Hewan's got a lot fresher tires. My entire thing just disappeared. Did yours?
My what?
Like, my entire race just disappeared.
Nope.
Like, everybody's gone. Now they're back.
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo. That was weird. It's like, uh-oh, did I just throughput?
I hope not. Not this far into it. We'll come around with 5 to go with Albert Hewins and old KQ2 running a half a second behind him. He's got his hands full with old number 90 of Marshall Moran. William Karp runs 1.1 seconds behind them, and Darner almost 4 seconds behind.
This is going to be interesting. I'm kind of curious why they pitted. Unless they just couldn't make it on fuel. And Kyle Quantrell is going to come to pit road here with 3 laps to go.
They had to be running low.
But Moran's still out there on 30. He's got 37 laps. Huh.
Weird.
Weird.
I don't know.
I know this much though. Hewins definitely not in danger of running out of fuel. So he's only been out there for 26 laps. And he's going to have 2 laps to go when they cross the stripe. William Karp, who runs second, not as fast as our leader right now, is Kyle Quantrell gets loose coming off the road. So 2 laps to go as Albert Hewen works on the back straightaway as strategy comes into play at the end of this thing.
It's not strategy.
It's not strategy?
No.
What is it then?
Red Bull gives you wings.
Red Bull gives you wings. Well, Red Bull is going to give him the Serena Sweet Soaps 1 to go white flag. One final time around for Albert Hewins to bring home the victory here tonight in Atlanta. Wow, the complexity of this race changed in the last 10 laps.
It was interesting.
That was. I didn't see that coming, I'll be honest with you. But out of turn number 4, your winner tonight is going to be Albert Hewins. William Karp's going to come home second, and Harold Darner in the 01 is going to come home third. Bob Love's going to come home fourth, and Roland Paparazzi Landry with the top 5 tonight. How about that?
Different.
Yes. Very different. As we have got to get going for another race coming up here in a little bit that I've got to do all kind of graphics and stuff for.
Yep.
So do you want to do the rundown real quick?
Get there real quick. All right, I've got Albert Hewins taking the win tonight, William Karp in second, Harold Darner in third, Bob Love in fourth, Roland Landry in fifth, Trent Cameron in sixth, Brian Chua in seventh, Johnny Castle in eighth, Charles Roberson in ninth, Adam O'Brien in 10th, Russell shut the back door. Yeah, that guy. He comes home 11th. George Kovac comes home 12th, Marshall Moran in 13th, David Valk 14th, KQ2 comes home 15th, Jamie Kerr in 16th, Michael Smith in 17th, Casey Tomlinson in 18th, Andy Dunwoody comes home 19th, Richard Poulter in 20th, Stephen Weidenbank 21st, Eugene Thorne 22nd, James Goldstraw in 23rd, young Cody Dempster comes home 24th, Dave Holmberg comes home 25th, Derek Love in 26th, Brian Treadwell in 27th, Jeff Weiner, as you like to call him, comes home 28th, John Hopley comes home 29th, Miseria Ferris comes home 30th, Bob Williams in 31st, Derek Cook 32nd, Jason Ricketts 33rd, Barney Sigmund in 34th, Robert Wyckoff in 35th, and Jeff Herrick 36th.
All right, those are the 36 drivers that finished here tonight. So, Queen Bee, any final thoughts from you before? Because I know you got some graphical work you got to do. And I figure I'd hop over and do the interviews real quick while you take care of what you got, or do you want to hang around for that?
I mean, I always enjoy Atlanta. I'm trying to learn to love asphalt again, but everybody knows my heart lies in dirt. It's just my passion. It's what I love. This time on Sundays is usually kind of rough for me to get around, but today I had to make it a point to come in and share some airtime. Even though I was late, still made it.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And we'll see you at Volusia here in a little bit.
I will. I'm going to warm up the jet.
Thank you, darling. Shall see you in a little
Absolutely.
bit.
Goodbye.
User disconnected from your channel.
Alrighty, we're going to head over to Discord here real quick, where we'll talk to the top 3 finishers. 1 second here. We'll start with our 3rd place finisher, Mr. Harold Darner. Pull him up here. Harold Darner, Robbie in the booth. You got a copy? Harold Darner, Robbie in the booth. You got a copy? I see him trying to talk to me. Let's try one more time here. Harold Darner, Robbie in the booth. You got a copy?
I'm not hearing you, Robbie.
You're not hearing me. Well, that's a problem if you're not hearing me. Let's see here. And people wonder why Robbie doesn't like Discord. Let's try this one more time. Alright.
All right, got you now.
You got me now?
All right, yeah.
There we go. How are you doing, Robbie? In the booth, you're going to be tonight's Gears and Glitch 3rd place finisher. Tell us about your run, brother.
Man, it was pitch strategy, but I don't know how those guys in front of me had any more gas that left, especially Carp. He's like 4 laps before me. So, but this is our third place in 4 races, so I guess we'll take what we get.
Well, you know, it's big. It's big in the big picture as far as points wise to be able to get the top 3s. I know it's frustrating to think you have the strategy played out the way you want to have it played out and it not work in your favor. But I tell you, man, Atlanta here tonight, tire wear seemed to be a huge, huge thing tonight.
Yeah, it was a very hot track. It seemed like the outside line was about the only thing that was going to help you, unless you wanted to burn your stuff up early and go low.
Yeah, well, you definitely seem to have been able to manage it, make your way through all the wrecks, man. When it's all said and done, though, you're going to come home with tonight's Gears and Glitch 3rd place finisher. Who all you want to give shout outs to, brother?
Give a shout out to Black Magic, guys over there, the Wendigo Studio team, travelwithanangel.org, and lottiestravelworld.com. So I think I had everybody that time.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, congratulations, and look forward to seeing you next week, brother.
Yeah, hopefully we'll move up in the podium next week, but we'll see how everything's.
Heck yeah, brother. Alrighty, that is your Gears and Glitch 3rd place finisher, Mr. Harold Darner. We're now going to catch up with your 2nd place finisher, driver of that number 32, William Carp. So let's pull him up here. William Carp, Robbie in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, hey Robbie, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. It seemed like tonight you're missing just a little bit of speed on the long run to be able to really get it done the way you like to get it done at the racetrack. But when it's all said and done, you still come out of here with a 2nd place finish tonight, man.
Yeah, it came down to the fuel. We knew that last question there it was going to be close so they could make it on fuel. And I threw the race away trying to check in my fuel box and almost crashed. But that kind of blew it for me. Lucky to hang out and get 2nd.
I tell you, man, looking at your season this year, you've had a real solid season, man. What's been the secret of the success so far this year?
Well, strategy is basically to keep the car clean and stay out of trouble as much as you can. I mean, these are pretty long races. Save the car and be there at the end.
Okay, brother, you definitely done a good job here tonight. Able to avoid the carnage and a couple of the big wrecks tonight. Walk out of here with a 2nd place finisher, our Gearhead Coffee 2nd place finisher. Who all you want to give shout outs to?
To Rhea and the gang that put the league on, pretty awesome. Yep, great to race with these guys.
Okay, well, congratulations, man. Look forward to seeing you next week.
All right, thank you, man.
There you go. There's William Carp, your second place finisher tonight. You can tell he's a little bit mad at himself for that last little mistake there that took away his chance to potentially win this thing. But I'm pretty sure this guy here, he's probably on cloud 9 as we pull him up here to the booth. Your race winner tonight, driver of that number 83 Red Bull Toyota. He's going to be celebrating down in Shatterbatter Victory Lane. Albert Hewins, what's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. How's it going?
Man, not as good as you played the strategy better than everybody else and able to walk out of here with the victory tonight, man.
Yeah, I was real surprised. Those last couple of cautions, I knew it was going to be right around the right around a full tank, make it to the end if it stayed green. I actually came in on both of them just to make sure there weren't no surprises. But I put a lot of laps on here this week. I knew I was going to have a strong car, and just tried to be there at the end.
Yeah, strategy may have won you this race, but let's be honest, you were in the top 5, probably 90% of this race, so it's not like you just backed into this thing. What is it about Atlanta that you enjoy so much?
I like the track. I always have, and you can get a lot of good racing in here. Like I said, I did a lot of official this week. I knew I was going to be strong, so it was. There was a lot of moving around and hard racing, so I tried to take it easy till the end. We made it.
Heck yeah, brother. You definitely had a fast car tonight. You win it on fuel mileage strategy, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's not like you just backed into this one. You're running in the top 5 all night. Can't no one take it away from you, man. But to get the first win of the year, how much of a relief is that for you and the team?
A lot. We've been close a lot of times and just ran into some bad luck, whether it was a wreck or getting caught up, whatever it was. But glad to finally make it.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, congratulations as you get ready to celebrate and continue the celebration on there in Shatterbatter Victory Lane. Who all you want to give shout-outs to?
Just the admins. They do a good job. They're trying to fix a lot of stuff, and I enjoy the league.
Heck yeah, brother. Congratulations. Enjoy the victory, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thanks a lot. You guys, too. You do a hell of a job on the broadcast. I enjoy it.
Heck yeah, brother. We try. Alrighty, that is your race winner tonight, Albert Hewins, as he's going to bring it home in Victory Lane down there tonight. Well, that's going to be it for this broadcast for now. Mike Lester, see you later, brother. Saw that over there. But we'll be back here in a little bit for the Dirt Series Promotions Gears and Glitz Super Late Model Summer Showdown Series Short Track Showdown Series as they get ready to get after it in the Super Late Models. So it should be fun, should be entertaining. Hope you guys tune in for that as Queen Bee and I will be on the call from Volusia tonight. So we'll see everybody in a little bit. Everybody be good and